Yeah? So here one thinks about advantage and disadvantage very often, and then people also criticize this, Buddhists are so calculating. But this is how our mind works. When you go to a shop and you see something that is really expensive, don't you go about the advantage of having it and the disadvantage of spending the money? And then you weigh it up? Yeah, so for very ordinary, normal things we do that. So we don't want to do it for our happiness or for our mental health. Yeah. So here again, if it becomes too strong, and don't forget, if you haven't made the decision to be a bodhisattva, so then he's not talking to you, he's just talking to himself. If you have made the decision to develop bodhicitta, then he's talking to you. So the first part is that, like the disadvantage of giving up bodhicitta. Then the second part is, again, so we go, ooh, full of fear, but then again he builds us up. We're talking about precious human rebirth in the 4th chapter. And then the third part, when again we're up, then he starts again with the negative emotions. Yeah? So this, it's when you start to really study the text, it is so skillful because he knows exactly the way we react, up and then down again. Then he says something that brings us up again, and then we go down again because it's too difficult. And then he says something that brings us up again, and then he goes down again. So it's very, very skillful. It's very structured, this text. It's really amazing. Actually, I should maybe also send this to you because there's a chart that the way this text is structured by the Dalai Lama gave this teaching at one point in Dharamsala, just the structure of it. So it's very helpful to have. Yeah. Of course, all the Tibetans know this by heart. They would be able to say verse 28, 35 is about afflicted emotions, and then 28 is behaving like a slave, 29 like this. They all know this by heart, the masters. I don't. I need the list. So I'll send it to Yael then when I'm back in Tel Aviv. I think I have it on the computer, I hope. And she will send it to you. So you see the structure, you see how clever this is built up. Again, it's this kind of playing with the mind, not going too far, but pushing it. And then to help it not to fall, it comes with something else. Okay. Now we make a break before we start with verses. And since we did the meditation now I know that next thing is meditation, but we did. If you didn't reflect and you were totally lost in your notes and in your text, it's not my fault because I did ask you to reflect. So kind of the meditation was then. So what we have is a break now and you're in silence, and then we start with the text. I am known, I think, for not keeping to the schedule. But if you know Lama Zopa, well, he even teaches on a different topic, so be happy that at least I'm on the topic. He teaches what seems to be beneficial at that moment, not because it's written on a piece of paper. Okay, thank you very much. So don't forget the silence, please, yeah?